Good Tuesday after morning, noon after morning. I guess it is after morning in the afternoon. Loudoun County weather update, and this video I'll also post out on the Loudoun weather site since it is about the upcoming system that's going to bring us some mixture of rain, freezing rain, sleet, maybe some snow. But I think sleet and freezing rain is pretty much you can count on. Because we got so warm today, and we've really kind of pretty much been above freezing now for a couple days for the most part. I don't think streets are going to be a big deal. I mean, there's obviously brine already down all over the roads to help with freezing capabilities and possibilities. Freezing rain when it's close to freezing isn't quite as bad as when freezing rain is, falling on really cold ground. We're not going to have that. So that's going to make it a little bit better. Doesn't mean trees and power lines won't be at risk. They will be a little bit, although I hope, for most of Loudoun we'll be all right. And sidewalks, elevated surfaces always could have a little bit of ice. Any ice in a vehicle could be a problem. All right, so here is the latest. This is the NAM. This is a short range forecast model, a little higher resolution model. And you can see the time here. See, it shows 2 p.m. today. So that's how fast the models can run. It's a couple hours old. But here we go. We're going through tomorrow. And then afternoon, evening time is when we first start seeing these little showers of maybe freezing rain and sleet. I think mainly sleet initially. Here we get sleet. I don't think it'll be snow. If we get any precipitation tomorrow, it could be snow, but by tomorrow evening, it'll already have warmed up a lot. So here are these pockets of freezing rain. Nothing looks overall consolidated, but it won't take much, for it to freeze for a bit and come through. So these are looking like spotty showers and stuff, and then they kind of move on out as we get later in on Thursday. So what does that mean for us temperature-wise? Let's say that because I think it's important. Temps are really mild today. I mean, we've seen our temperatures up into the low 50s. Again, this is going back for about 2 p.m. So as we move forward, we're going to see the temperatures are going to drop, and here they are below freezing this evening and overnight. So that does help a little bit for the ground to get set. But it's not super below freezing, and we had a warm day, so it's not going to lose all its cold air. And then look, we go and we're above freezing tomorrow. So now the sun will be around, so it's not going to really warm up the ground too much, and we're going to only be in the mid and upper 30s. And then tomorrow night and tomorrow evening, here we drop back below freezing. And this is about the time where freezing rain, sleet, and stuff are moving in as well, so it's all kind of coordinating together. But again, you see temperatures right in the low 30s to around freezing. So western Loudoun is probably where the bigger issue is, right up here against the Blue Ridge. That's where we're going to have more issues, and then you get over the valleys, and this is really where you get into trouble because cold air gets trapped into the mountains, in between the mountains and these valleys. It's called in situ cold air. I mean, it's in situation, it's actually sheltered here and not letting the cold air leave. So cold air sticks around, and we see it kind of entrenching itself here. This is 5 a.m. on Thursday. Most areas are at or above freezing. Ironically, it's really hard to get above freezing. We have a lot of ice on the ground. It's just a real point. So, yeah, even here until early morning, we're at 32, 33 for western Loudoun. Eastern Loudoun's gotten above freezing. And then by the afternoon, look, we warm up really nicely. So a lot of melting will go on, and life will be, better again. And look at these ridges. This is what's interesting. These valleys get colder, and the ridges get warmer because the warm air can't overcome the cold air at the surface. And that's why you see the difference in these temperatures, even the elevations, which started off icier, can end up melting quicker. And then we get cold again for later. So how much are the models painting out? So here's an overall look. This is called the FRAM. This is an estimator for the amount of ice that could fall. You see it's pretty high here along these ridges lines. I mean, that's a lot of freezing rain and sleet and stuff. These are overdone. I mean, don't count on it being perfect, but, if we had a perfectly cold condition and everything could, what we call accrete or accumulate on stuff, then yeah, you get that, but that's not going to be everything that's truly freezing rain. So it'll be less than this. But once you get over the Blue Ridge and stuff in this area, there's a bigger concern, especially that the cold air trapped will give a little more freezing. So they put an ice storm warning up west of us, and then a winter weather advisory for us. I would not be 100% surprised if western Loudoun gets pulled into the ice warning, but that's really going to be right along the Blue Ridge and right at the foothills. Here in Percival is where I live, and that would be one of the places I think would definitely potentially get impacted to that level. What's an ice storm? It's a 1/4 inch frozen precipitation or more of ice, basically it's an ice storm. That's what we have looking like, and that's the short-term models. I think it's the best one to look at because it's a higher resolution. I just know that this tends to sometimes overdo the amount of precip. So probably showing right where the colder areas are that would be most impacted, but they probably won't have this much frozen. Will it affect schools? Probably a 2-hour delay, maybe a full day cancellation for Loudoun because of the back roads and the stuff right up here along the Blue Ridge. This is going to be where there's problems, regardless how warm it is and the fact that nothing really impacts anywhere else. Trees should look pretty, nice. They're going to look really pretty. Sidewalks itself will be slippery. There's a long update. I just wanted to share everything that was going on related to this. Again, Winter Weather Advisory kicks in tomorrow night at 9 p.m. It's through Thursday noon. We look for some moderate impacts in spots here throughout Loudoun. But, minor to moderate is really what I would think. Only related to areas in the back roads and the shaded areas that can quickly accumulate. And those areas right along the Blue Ridge. Probably not up in the Blue Ridge, but right along the Blue Ridge where the cold air gets trapped. All right, have a good rest of your day. There'll be another outlook because of what's coming next week. All right, have a good one.